Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, authorities probe the alleged sale of COVID-19 vaccines and vaccination slots. Also, how prepared are local governments to vaccinate essential workers and indigent Filipinos? San Juan City Mayor Francis Zamora joins us live. Plus, when can we expect vaccines from the United States to arrive in the Philippines? Philippine Ambassador to the U.S., Dave Romualdez, will also be with us in the program. Authorities warn of stiff penalties against those found selling COVID-19 vaccines or slots at vaccination sites. Health spokesperson Maria Rosario Berjere explains all COVID-19 vaccines are under emergency use authorization. This means all of the shots are not for sale. Police already have the screenshots of the alleged selling of online vaccination slots in Mandaluyong and San Juan. Philippine National Police Chief General Guillermo Eleazar says they are on alert for more cases of this modus. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have San Juan City Mayor Francis Zamora. Mayor Zamora, welcome to the source and thank you so much for your time.
Yes, thank you, Pinky, for having me again, and good morning to everyone.
So I know that supposedly San Juan has already reached out to that netizen who brought this issue up on the vaccine slots or vaccines for sale. What did you find out?
Well, that's correct, Pinky. So just to give you a brief background, last Friday, the conversation between the supposed buyer and the seller broke out on social media. So I had my public information head coordinate, in fact, contact directly the supposed buyer, and they were able to speak. And according to her, she had coordinated with this online seller who was claiming that she would be able to provide vaccines for a fee. So they ended up having a Zoom meeting. However, it was a different person who she met in the Zoom. And from that time on, she felt that everything was kind of dubious and questionable. And the transaction basically did not push through. So when we found out the information, in fact, she told us that she regrets not being able to record the Zoom conversation during that time. So it's clear that this is a scam being perpetrated by people who are taking advantage of the situation, especially now that we know that the vaccine supply is very scarce and there are a lot of people wanting to get vaccinated. So these scammers are taking advantage of this situation to make money.
Do you wonder, though, why the cities of San Juan and Mandaluyong were the ones mentioned?
Honestly, I cannot say why San Juan and Mandaluyong, but if I may share, we've already vaccinated 23,000 San Juaneños here in the Philadelphia Flying Center, and that's already 26.9% of our target population. So we have a nice venue, we have a very organized system. So possibly they were trying to entice people to get vaccinated in San Juan in exchange for a fee. That's just my presumption. Of course, I have no idea why San Juan and Mandaluyong were the cities named. But I've coordinated directly with the Chief PNP General Eleazar. In fact, we have spoken already. And I gave him the assurance that here in San Juan, none of our City Hall employees or City Health staff are involved in this. In fact, I've coordinated with Secretary Ani of the DLG and also Secretary Duque of DOH for this. And I have given them the assurance that no one is involved in this scam within the San Juan City government.
So you are very confident that there is nobody in your team in San Juan may be connected to someone who might be selling this. Sigurado po kayo na wala pong suspect, siguro if we may call it that, sa San Juan na ginagawa po itong modus na ito.
I'm confident with my City Hall employees, with our City Health Office staff, In fact, I've coordinated also with our city health officer. In fact, we have spoken thoroughly about this. What we have here in San Juan is a very organized vaccine procedure. In fact, you cannot enter without a confirmatory text. We do not allow walk-ins. We have implemented the confirmatory text procedure from day one of our vaccination. That means you need to show a confirmatory text, and if you are claiming to be a senior citizen, yes, if you're claiming to be a senior citizen or a person with comorbidity, you will have to provide substantial proof for this. We have gatekeepers who check on every person who enters our vaccination center. We do not allow people who do not have texts, or even those who cannot prove that they are indeed persons with comorbidities. We do not allow them to enter our vaccination center.
But Mayor, meron ho bang mga unused slots for yung pinapayagan ngayon, si A1, A2, and A3?
When you say kasi unused slots, basically ganito yan, you have to declare to the DOH ilan yung attestation, meaning ilan yung medical frontliners, ilan yung expected mo na senior citizens, and then based on this attestation, the DOH will give you allocation. So kapag halimbawa, puno na, like say exhausted na or saturated na yung A1, the medical frontliners, the vaccines that you will receive next are for the next category, such as the A2, the A3, the senior citizens and persons with comorbidities. So yung sinasabing slot, technically hindi naman yan slot na pwede mong ibenta sa ibang tao. You are just talking about doses, the vaccine doses that can be now used for the next category. Kasi hindi naman natin talaga... Yes, correct. Because we cannot really count exactly how many senior citizens will get vaccinated, or how many persons with comorbidity. So these are just supplies that can be used now for the next categories that will open up.
But I guess what's good to find out is that are there or were there a lot of slots na hindi, yung inasahan ninyo dun sa A1, A2, and A3 sana na hindi napuno? Is there such a thing?
More or less, we were within our estimates because to be part of A1, also you can be a doctor or a nurse or a dentist who lives in San Juan but works outside the city. For instance, you work in a hospital in another city. You are also considered A1, and vice versa. If you are a non-San Juan resident working, for instance, in a hospital in San Juan, you are also considered part of the A1. So it's very difficult really to have an accurate head count, but we eventually will inform the DOH that we are done with our A1, and we have informed them that we are done indeed with A1. That's why we shifted already to A2 and A3.
Okay, so I know there's supposed to be a meeting with the Metro Manila mayors regarding this vaccine slots and vaccines for sale. When will this happen, sir?
I have yet to receive the information as to when we will meet. But one thing's for sure, here in San Juan, I would like to inform everyone that no such sale of vaccines is happening. I have been on top of the whole vaccine program here in San Juan.
Okay.
I basically manage this. I micromanage it, Pinky. I really meet personally with our city health officer, with everyone involved in the vaccination program, from the information dissemination all the way to online registration to actual vaccination day, and even to the level of the second dose. That's all micromanaged by myself.
Okay. All right.
Because it's very, for me, it's because this whole vaccination program is the most important undertaking of the LGU at this point.
I want to ask you also about the A4 and A5. Kailan po mag-uumpisa yan? The indigent and the front essential workers?
Okay, we received information that possibly by first week of July this will start, but again, there's still no official coordination with us as to the exact date. But we are now preparing. In fact, that is why We will be opening our second site already very soon, and this will be at the Green Hill Shopping Center because most of our A4 or economic frontliners work within the shopping center. It is our main commercial area here in San Juan. Thus, we deemed it best to have a site for them so that they will not have a hard time anymore. So we will now be having two big sites here in San Juan. First is the Phil Oil Flying V Center or the San Juan Arena. And second will be the Green Hill Shopping Center.
Okay, before you go, sir, just want to clarify, did you mean first week of July for the A4, A5 or first week of June?
June, I'm sorry. Did I say July? I'm sorry, June.
Yes, you did.
First week.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, so that may happen in about 2 weeks' time, kaya pinaghahandaan na po. Mayor Francis Zamora, sir, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Okay, thank you very much, Minky.